Well, it's been a scandal-plagued first 6 months for Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, and now even her hometown newspaper is getting fed up. According to the Star Tribune, quote, every month seems to bring a fresh problem. First, there were improper speaking fees, and then remarks that were interpreted by many as anti-Semitic. Now, Omar is paying thousands of dollars in fines for improperly filing joint tax returns with a man she wasn't married to, while being married to a different man. Scott Johnson is a Minnesota attorney and blogs over at Powerline Blog. He has been following her career since it first began and joins us tonight. Scott, thanks a lot for coming on. So
I appreciate your interest in the story, Tucker.
Oh, well, it's hard to turn away. It's a car wreck, I would say. But your hometown newspaper is liberal, presumably supported Ilhan Omar previously. What did it take for the paper to criticize her today?
The editorial page has actually been critical of her. They didn't endorse her when she ran for Congress and won in November of 2018, but they've treated her like a superstar on the news page all along the way. And in fact, the Star Tribune is, the keystone of the liberal establishment in the state and a part of the problem here. But the problem this time around, Ilhan Omar has a problem when she's not talking. And what isn't she talking about now? We learned exactly a week ago that in 2014 and 2015, she filed joint tax returns with a guy who was not her husband, while in fact she was married to another man. And that's just blatantly illegal. The Star Tribune has run one news story on that fact, and Omar has given a statement written for her by somebody else and refused to talk. And that's how you can know when she has a big problem going. The obvious follow-up question is, over what period of years did you file joint tax returns with this guy who wasn't your husband, while 8 years she was married to this guy whom she filed the tax returns to illegally with in 2014 and 2015? So the story shouldn't be over. You say it's hard to turn your eyes away, but a lot of people are turning their eyes away, and this story really needs some exposure. I appreciate your taking a look at it.
What do you think the explanation is?
For which part of it?
Why did she do this, and for how long, if you had to make an informed guess?
My guess is her relationship with this guy. This guy is the father of her 3 children. Going back, she has had a relationship with 2002 that she says she entered into at that time a cultural marriage with him, followed by a so-called cultural divorce before she married this guy in the year 2009.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. What's a cultural marriage and a cultural divorce? I've never heard of that.
Well, we've always wondered about that, and no, that's another story that nobody has really looked into. No imam has stepped forward to talk about any involvement in Islamic. She's talking about an Islamic marriage and an Islamic divorce. I just posted on Powerline the marriage certificate for her 2009 marriage to another Somali Muslim, and that one is signed off on by a Christian minister. There's no cultural aspect to it. So there are so many questions that pervade her career since she became a public figure in August of 2016, and we have gotten very few answers in the meantime.
But all of it is redolent of sleaziness. I guess not surprisingly. Scott Johnson, thank you so much, and I hope you'll join us again when we find out more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.